Hi, y'all. I'm Allison, and we are here to do another round of my viewers playing Just Spin It. Melissa Jackson is brave enough to want to give it another go. So, we're going to do 5 spins for Melissa. I am going to recommend books from my library. I hope the wheel will be really good to you. So, I'm excited to see what you end up reading, Melissa. Hopefully, we'll have one that overlaps, at least one this month. I only have half of my list set yet, so we'll see how it goes. Also, I've implemented a new rule, and I thought we would try it on yours as well. So this is going to become a prompted mood read. So I'm going to roll a die, and that will tell us which spin will become your mood read. And you will still have a prompt, but you don't have to set a book for it at the beginning of the month. Just whenever you're ready to read a book that fits that prompt, you get to pick something in the moment. So it gives a little bit more flexibility to it. I'm personally really excited to try that this month. So let me know what you think about it. Let's do that real quick. I'm going to move the wheel out of the way and get my camera so y'all can see the die. I'll roll the die. 1 through 5 will just simply correspond to that spin. If it's a 6, it becomes a wild, and you get to pick any prompt you want to replace with the mood. All right, let's see what you get. 2, the second book, which actually works out really good. You want a low number. That way, if the game decides to be evil, then when we circle back around, you'll get a second prompted mood read. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's get this started, shall we? We need to replace the last one that I used, which was number 24, and it will become Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is a fun one. So a book travel related. All right, Melissa, are you ready? Here is your first spin. 5. Seems like that one comes up a lot. Okay, are you ready? Cornwell. Okay. You know what? I think since this one is definitely tailored to my particular books in my collection, I am going to go ahead and just randomly select one out of here, and we will use that instead. So we're going to go right here in the, let's see, we'll take another pink one. Get this pink one right here. Okay, are you ready? Monarch. Okay, this one I think will be a little easier to work with. So, can be fiction or nonfiction. Monarch, king, queen, royalty. But you know what? You could also a monarch butterfly if you wanted to go the other way. By the way, here is Patricia Cornwell, that first book, Postmortem. Love this book. It's a great series, but it is 25 books long. It's quite a commitment to start reading a series that's that far along in its story. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb, and hopefully you're not going to throw things at me for this one. How's that for a lead into a book? Yeah, don't hate me for this, but my hesitation is the length. This one is quite the chunky monkey. It is 586 pages, so it is a commitment. But this, while it is nonfiction, this is Alison Ware. She does biographies, primarily the Tudor range. You may have heard me talk about her before. Mary, Queen of Scots, and The Murder of Lord Darnley. So this is a true life whodunit kind of thing, and it is so intriguing on top of being factual. So this is one of my absolute favorites of hers. I love her writing. So if you're not intimidated by the size and you're feeling adventurous, then I highly recommend Mary, Queen of Scots, and The Murder of Lord Darnley. In fact, I want to read this one again soon. I do this out of love. I really love this book. Since Cornwell wasn't used, I'm going to put it back on the board, and we'll put Monarch away. This is a lot for my brain to comprehend it. Everything has been so insane lately. My husband normally works first shift up at GM and vacations and whatnot. He's been on third shift for the past 2 weeks, and it's really thrown everything off. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, we got number 5 again. So let's rinse and repeat. And Cornwell, she just really wants you to read her book. I do recommend it. I love that series. We're just going to do what we did last time. We'll pull another pink one out of here. And this one is your prompted mood read. So I am not actually going to make a recommendation for this book. It's just whenever you are struck by inspiration, you are going to find a book that is 5+ words in the title. If you want to fill this on the next to the last day, you want to start off your month with it, it's all up to you. But the title must have 5 or more words. So there's your second one. And once again, I'm going to put Patricia back on the board. She's really determined to get read. Okay, spin 3. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay, Jess, I believe, had the suggestion that, because I used to get it all the time where it would land between 4 or 2 numbers. She said to use both prompts, which I love that, and we're going to do that after this one. But we are getting away from the number 5 because no more 5. Patricia Cornwell has to wait her turn. I already got one of her books on mine. So, okay, we're going to redo number 3. Okay, I thought I was going to land on 5 again. I think I'm just really consistent with the force. I'm using the force. Can't help it. These are not the droids you're looking for. So, sorry, it's late. I guess I'm getting loopy. All right, are you ready? Banned. Okay. A book that has been banned. I know there's a lot of them. And right now, I can't think of a single one. The only one I can think of is I know Harry Potter was banned at one point. Some schools. But there's that whole controversy with... Personally, on that kind of stuff, I like to separate the author from the work. I still love my Harry Potter, but I'm not going to promote it. So, if you want to do that for banned. And let's see, it was, I think, The Crucible. I did notice you had classics on your list. I'm going to have to look at banned books. I think that's going to be the one we're going to come back to. And let's replace number 2 with redraw and +1. Okay, so we are on spin 4 already. I'm seeing spots because that light is bright. All right, are we ready? Melissa, I am sorry. Okay, I've got to work on varying how hard I spin. So you get a redraw and a +1. So you now have 6 books. Okay, so we have to redraw, which means since this doesn't give us a prompt, I feel like I'm taking all of yours from here. We're just going to take the next one off the top, which is this orange. And you get... Okay, no decision necessary. So TBR a zebra. So these, my unread vets. These are the ones I've had for a long time and just never got around to reading for no particular reason. So if you have your own TBR jar, then go ahead and pick from that for your own, for the recommendation from your library. We have a lot to choose from, as you can see. I'm just going to shuffle these up a little bit. And it doesn't matter if it's one I've already read because I have not cleaned these out. So let's see what you get. It is going to be stubborn. The Moonstone. That is a classic. Oh no, it's another chunky one. 494 pages, but this is the Barnes & Noble edition, obviously. And at the beginning, they always have a timeline when the book was written, background on the author and the story to put it in context, and they give you a little bit of analysis beforehand. If you've never read the story before, skip the introduction and read it when you're done reading. Otherwise, it will ruin the whole book for you because it is chock full of spoilers. So this is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins alongside Edgar Allan Poe. In America, Britain's Wilkie Collins stands as the inventor of the modern detective story. The Moonstone introduces all of the ingredients. A homey English cottage setting, a colorfully exotic background in colonial India, the theft of a fabulous diamond from the lovely heroine, a bloody murder, and a tragic suicide. And a poor hero in love with a heroine, but suspected of the crime. So this is a mystery, and I see now why I bought it. My jar wants you to read The Moonstone. Again, feel free to randomly select any book from your own TBR if you have a jar, or if you just want to use like a random number generator, or just, close your eyes and pick one off the shelf. But that's what my jar says. And if you do read this one, you'll have to let me know how it is. Maybe I can work it into mine. She's thick, as they would say. Well, The Marrying Queen of Scots is an incredible book, and I do highly recommend it. I realize that not everybody enjoys nonfiction biographies, and the Tudors may not be your thing. So as an alternative, a lighter read and more current, this is Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. I absolutely loved this book. It was so different than anything I had read up to that point. It's very dark, fantasy, magic. We've got triplets, all girls. It's always going to be triplets every generation. And they are brought up together until about age 5, I think it was. And then they're sent to different parts of the island based on their own particular talent. There's an elemental, there's a naturalist, and then there is a poisoner. So they all have special abilities with that. And when they reach 18, they are going to have to battle each other, and the last one standing will become queen. I loved this book. So this will be my alternative for royalty because, like I said, Alison Ware, the biography might be a little more tailored to my personal taste. And I don't want to recommend something that you'd be like, oh, I don't want to read that. Especially since you also got a quite heavy Moonstone classic. Okay, so we're going to replace number 2 with Wheel of Shame. If this comes, oh no, already. If this comes up for you, we're going to treat it like Cornwell and skip and get something else. That's another one that's strictly geared towards my mess and books and everything. Okay, so since we have a +1, we are now drawing 6 books. If you get to 7, number 7 would be the second in the second round, and that would be another prompted mood read. So hopefully we're just going to stop at 6, but let's see what happens. Are you ready? This is, I believe, spin 5. Okay, I'm going to change how hard I do it. $11. Okay, I'm nervous for you. Are you ready, Melissa? Animal Uncover. Okay, this is straightforward. We can work with this one, right? Let's see. I know you like horror, mystery. I was in classics, so let me see what I can find. Okay, I found one. Animal Uncover. Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. And we have a panther right here. And yeah, panther. So this is kind of a reimagining of a bunch of classic horror novels from Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde. You've got Sherlock Holmes and Watson. So the daughters of these famous scientists are all brought together, and they are helping Sherlock Holmes solve a crime. So really good book. I really enjoyed this one. I haven't gotten to part 2 and 3 yet, simply because part 2 is like 700 pages, and I just haven't had the time to where I know I could do it justice. But this is my recommendation for Animal on the Cover. And I think based on what I've seen in your Goodreads, what you have there to read, I think I'm going along the lines of what you would tend to gravitate to. I hope. If not, let me know in case we do this again. All right, so if I did my math right, we've got one last spin. So let's see what we're going to get after we replace number 11 with, oh no, big book, plus 500 pages. 500 pages plus. This board is just going to be evil next month. Okay, are we ready? This is your final spin. I thought it was going to hit the star. Dodge the bullet, Melissa. Did we already get 4? Okay, are we ready? Let's see what it is. Okay, Once Upon a Book Club YA. I haven't talked about this one yet on my channel, and I loved this. This is the Mary Shelley Club by Goldie Wildavsky. This is a horror thriller / book, and very heavy on pop culture with horror movies. Club rules. The Mary Shelley Club is a secret. Everyone gets one fear test that all members must execute. You must perform the task assigned to you, no exceptions. You must pick your target before the test starts. That's your 8 ball. You may scare everyone else in the room, but if you don't sink your 8 ball, you failed the test. The game isn't over until everyone's had their turn. A member of the club may never be a target, and a fear test ends when your target screams. So it's a group of high schoolers. So good, and I am anxiously waiting for the sequel. So that is definitely my recommendation for Once Upon a Book Club. Now, this has taken me a lot longer than I expected or even want to admit. It's really late now, but I went down a rabbit hole. Quite honestly, I'm pretty disgusted. I went and researched banned books. Don't do that. Just whatever you don't go down that hole, because it's upsetting to see the books that are just being targeted now. And apparently, I guess there's a rise in censorship, and I'm going to leave all the commentary out of it and just give you some ones that I couldn't believe. Charlotte's Web is banned because the animals can talk. And apparently that is offensive. I think that one was banned in China. The Crucible was in fact banned. That one I knew. That was banned way back when, and that was because of the parallels to the McCarthy trials that were going on in the 50s. So the witch hunt, McCarthy trials. Yeah, I don't think they liked the light that put it in. So that one's a play, really good play, if you like the Salem witch trials. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is banned, I believe, for maybe offensive language and something to do with religion. The Hobbit, again, I think it was talking animals, magic. Lord of the Rings, again, same thing. And I was correct. Harry Potter, magic, the whole thing. The Hunger Games for anti-family, I think, violence. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's like they don't trust high schoolers to be able to think, oh, Diary of Anne Frank. Diary of Anne Frank has been banned because of sexuality. She's questioning her body. Her body's changing, and the fact that she addressed that. So that book is now banned, and it used to be required reading. To Kill a Mockingbird, Huckleberry Finn. Okay. Okay, so there was a lot to choose from. So I am going to go with another one that I thought was completely ridiculous out of my library. Oh, this isn't it, but I just bought this for my niece who turned 1. I've been collecting, building up her library for her when she gets older. This is banned because it promotes cannibalism in one of the poems. But to give you some variety on your list, I'm going to suggest Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I noticed that was also within your want to read pile. This one, Anti-Family, and apparently Greg is a little too abrasive, and he's going to encourage children to behave poorly. So, but my kids love these. I love the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. They're fun, and I think that children should know that just because it happens in a book doesn't mean you should do it. So anyway, Diary of a Wimpy Kid would be my recommendation for a banned book. Never thought I would say that sentence. But you could also pick one of all the other ones that that's a whole can of worms. I'm just not even gonna put it back in and not dwell on that. It's not the thing to research right before you go to bed, by the way. I'm a little put off by that. But anyway, Melissa, I hope you are excited about these books. Of course, Melissa, you're not obligated to read any of the ones that I suggested, and you can fill the prompts however you like. I really want to know what you do pick reading, and hopefully we can do a buddy read soon. I think that would be fun. What's my life? I'm hoping finally settles back down. All right, but I've gone on long enough, so I am going to leave it here. If anybody else would like to play, I'll be sure and have down in the comments what you need to do to be able to do that. And I will see y'all next time. Hopefully in a couple of days, I will have my Sims TBR up, and I will have the rest of my month figured out. Until then, y'all have a good one, and bye now.